Yo, people, what's going on? Welcome back to Saeed TV. This is the Northwest Divide. We are here. We are brought to you by Boohoo Man. Check out Boohoo Man for all your latest gear. I've got the hat right here. If you want to go check it out and get an extra 10% off your orders, scan the QR code above James's head right there. Use that or go in the link in the description below. Then use the code Saeed at checkout and you get an extra 10% off. So shout out to Boohoo Man for sponsoring today's video. We are here, man. Yo, James, what are you telling me? What are you telling me?
I'm absolutely amazing, my brother. How are you?
Fucking hell, lad, I'm great. I'm fucking great, mate.
It's mad, you know, because everyone's got like a little bit of business done. You know, you got Mason Mount, Arsenal got Rice, we got Sobo. And I'm not going to lie, Saeed, I think we got the best of the bunch.
Well, I think you've got the best of the bunch, but I feel there's room for improvement. I think so. We'll touch on that. We'll touch on that definitely. But big up yourself. Big up to everybody who's locked in right now. Please do hit the like button. There's over nearly 500 of you already in the building, so that's amazing. First and foremost, but you guys have got to hit the like button. That's the main thing, right? Got to hit the like button.
Right.
You know what I mean?
That's right.
Tell him, James.
Pay your rent. Pay your rent, guys. Jeez Louise, pay your rent. Come on.
Pay your rent. Pay your rent. Also, guys, there's a new member on the channel. It's called It Ain't Easy Member. So if you want to become a member, I've got a new kind of slogan. I thought to my memberships here, how can I make it fun? So I've got an It Ain't Easy member. So if you're feeling it ain't easy right now, then become a member, help support the channel. So shout out to everybody who supports the channel. We've got to start with one place, and it's the Mason Mount situation. We've got Timber. We've got some breaking news as well. Arsenal full agreement with Jurriën Timber. Negotiations 40 million. Fair enough. Okay.
I thought they were already done.
Where should we go? Shall we go and let Jurriën Timber? Let's go to Jurriën Timber.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, let's go to Jurriën Timber because I feel like that is fairly breaking news. David Ornstein. You know when this guy drops news, it's either early in the day when you feel like you're getting settled and you feel like you're in your groove, or it's literally in the night when you're getting into your bed and you're starting to get a bit cozy. You got your little Netflix on in the bedroom and you know what I mean?
Right.
You're chilling. Obviously, no chill at the minute because right now, you know what I mean? The situation is not situationing. But but we have got some breaking news. Arsenal have reached a full agreement with Ajax to sign Urian Timber. Negotiations completed on the fee of 40 million plus 5 million in largely realistic bonuses. 22-year-old granted permission to undergo medical and personal
Mm,
terms agreed. Bro, that's a
mm.
good business, man. Good
Great
business,
business.
mate.
Great business.
What do you think?
I'm a fan. I'm a fan of the work that they've done, to be honest. And I think Arsenal fans, to be honest, should be rather satisfied with the fact that the ownership or the board and directors are not only splashing the cash, but spending it in areas on quality. And, you know, you think about it, they've already got Saliba and Gabriel and Ben White. There weren't a massive incentive to go and get another young centre back. Don't get me wrong, they needed another centre back because you saw without Saliba, they're kind of screwed. But I'm saying it weren't super necessary, if that makes sense. It weren't a soup
Yeah,
because
yeah,
you
of
still
course.
got other options. So I was just, when I saw it, now that I'm seeing it over the line, it's just, you
Hmm.
know, how much longer do Arsenal keep doing this to a level of where it's every summer? Like, are they going to stop like what they used to with Arsene Wenger, or
Hmm.
are they going to keep doing
Hmm.
this every summer? Because that's now 2 or 3 good windows in a row where they spent a lot of
Yeah, yeah,
money.
yeah.
And
There's
and,
been a lot of
and
money now.
Timber and Rice in the short space of time is great business, bro. Great
Mm,
business.
yeah, absolutely. Listen, I'm not gonna lie to you. There's a lot of people who can cook Arsenal. I know Rance is he's on Arsenal's neck here. But
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie to you, man. I think for me, you've got to give them their credit. You've got to give them their dues. They're working actively, they're identifying areas. What they're doing as well is they're creating competition, they're bolstering their options as well, because they know they've got Champions League football. I've got to give it to them. Obviously, I will be there when it all fumbles, and I will be the first one to be laughing. But credit where it's due. They're building a side for me, which I like about Arteta. What he's doing is that any position they're adaptable. Ben White can go in centre back, Yuri Timber midfield, centre back, right back, Saliba right back. Centre back. There's options for what they can do. Declan
Now they've
Rice,
got
I don't.
Havertz as a backup cam, and they've got who's the other player that they brought in, Declan Rice. So now they've got Party and Rice. Even if they let go of Party, they'll bring in someone else as a CDM. I think
Yeah, they bought
the way
Trossard
they're
in
going.
January, who can play across the front three
I
and can
forgot
play
about
there.
that. I forgot about that. Have they
Yeah.
still got Jorginho?
Jorginho, yes, they got
Yeah.
Jorginho as well, yeah. Who's there for the
Yes.
experience, I mean, Champions League nights. So listen, it's they're building something. And I think for me, with Arteta, right? And when you have for me Edu, I get it, Edu is gonna come a lot of a stick here, but he's a football person. And when you have footballing people, then you've got Arteta. There's a you can coincide together. And I think for me, that's where it's worked out for Arteta. Edu is a footballing man. Arteta knows what he wants. He speaks to Edu. He doesn't really have to go to the Kroenkes. He speaks to Edu, and then they get it done. And Arteta has been actively involved in pretty much every transfer that there's been. He's probably a good seller. I don't know what he waffles because he did do well in the Amazon documentary. He was talking about lighters and these all these euphemisms and all these metaphors and you know what I mean. So fair play. He knows what to do with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, nah, that's the thing. There's got to be a method to the madness when it comes to these managers who are directly talking to these players, because you are the person who is going to be leading their career for the next 2 or 3 seasons. So it's
Yeah.
very important that you know that you understand the character, you understand where you fit in, and if things go wrong,
Facts.
is this a gentleman who I can resolve these issues with? If we get issues, is he someone who's
Mhm.
open to compromise? Because if not, because that's why I think Mount ended up leaving Chelsea, because there was no compromise to be made within the
Yeah.
negotiations. But
Facts.
yeah, by the way, Saeed, is my Wi-Fi okay?
Yeah, yeah. Wi-Fi sound.
Is
Sound
my
to
is
me.
my is it? Great, great,
Yeah,
great,
it's
great,
perfect,
great.
perfect,
Only
perfect.
cause
Yeah, yeah.
sometimes amazing. It messes up sometimes. But yeah, the, the,
You know
the
what it is?
Mason
In
Mount
the
thing, I think there
daytime,
was
it'll
a
be good, and then the nighttime, it'll slowly fizz away. You know what I mean? You know that, innit? You
bro,
know that already. That's how the internet
bro,
works.
it's so annoying. It's so annoying, and then like it delays sometimes as well. But yeah, the sort
Yeah.
of thing that I was touching on there is just like if things happen behind the scenes, and Mikel Arteta are good at those things, who's to say they can't go and get other business done? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Who else did you reckon they need? And by the way, big up to Anfield says, which team are you most jealous of this window? Arsenal's one of them. Yeah, I mean, I think everyone else. Liverpool, I want to wait until they get two more in, and then I can be a bit more jealous. But I say Arsenal right now. If I'm giving my honest opinion, It is
It's not
Arsenal.
Liverpool.
But yeah, go on.
From an overall window, it's not Liverpool. An overall
No.
window would say someone like Arsenal, because they're covering all. Not only have they got the 11, which we saw last season, they're now covering behind this, which is not only going to get them to compete better in the league, but also compete on all fronts in all competitions. And you don't want Arsenal winning trophies. Trust me, guys. If you want a peaceful sleep, you don't want them guys winning trophies. And we might even arguably, I know you won't want to say because you're in money and whatnot, but City might just need to keep winning for the sake of our brains. Or Newcastle.
See, I disagree. Well, I just massively disagree because they're on my doorstep. For me, I've always said it. I've maintained it before. You know, Man City keeping on winning, it's just going to hurt me and hurt me. It's going to break me. You know what I mean? It is because at the end of the day, it's like I've got a family full of City fans apart from one. Yeah, everyone else is Man City. I live in an area now. I've moved to an area full of City fans. You know what I mean? I'm trying to find some Stockport fans. You know what I mean? Obviously, maybe on match day, but I keep seeing City fans. That's why I did say Stockport Steve. It's obviously now it's come on to me, but it hurts me. That's why for me, Arsenal. That's why I'm rooting for Arsenal. If Man United are not in it, then it's Arsenal for me. You know what I mean? It's simple as that. But I get London fans, they're going to support Man City because obviously Arsenal is more of a rivalry to them. I think for me, I've seen it now. I believe it. It's more of a rivalry than Man City. And I understand that and I accept it because they're not from Manchester. It's simple as that. They don't get it in that way, the rivalry.
Yeah, no. Course. No. When you're in a small vicinity with another set, like the same people who are a different team, it's weird. It's weird.
Yeah,
So weird. Like London's massive, so I think they already
massive.
embrace difference and the fact that they're going to be meeting somebody different every day. Whereas in Manchester and Liverpool, you're either meeting Big Steve at some point where he's like, "Hiya, mate," and then you're either going to
Yeah.
meet our Tony in L1. And he's going to be like, "Going on, Saeed, lad, you're all right, kidder." You know what I mean? It's one of those two people. And we
Is
all
that a
support
better
the same
Scouser
team. So,
accent? Is that the better Scouser accent or have you kept it for the Liverpool side?
wait, sorry, repeat that again, please, Saeed.
So is that the better Evertonian accent, or is that the side of the Anfield? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, Everton fans coming at me right now and saying, "What's he talking about? We don't speak like that." But you know what? Yeah, I think for me, you know what I mean. You're right. You're right in a sense. But you know what I mean. That's what I. Who are you jealous of? You said it's Arsenal, isn't it? Majority wise, isn't it? Arsenal.
Yeah, just because of the
So
squad depth aspect. I'm not going to lie, though. I'm jealous of near enough everyone because the difference, I think, now it's not just about having one good window. And Sir Alex will attest to this. It's about building
yeah.
and building and building season after season after season, bro. It's why the
Mhm.
longevity was maintained because he always knew, okay, I'm going to need to achieve this amount of wins in a season to win the league. This player can get me these wins, and he'd always do it before everyone else would see it happening. So, that's why I think it's important for Liverpool to, it's one okay window so far, but our business, I doubt we're going to get two more players. If you want to hear my
Mm,
perspective, I think we'll get one more. Um,
mm,
and to be honest, even that might not happen. So I wouldn't be worried about Liverpool. I do think the concern should lie with Arsenal, should lie with you lot, Man
yeah.
City and whatnot. And then from there, well, I don't know about you,
Mm.
just because you're on a situation. So I know you're probably more
Yeah. We'll we'll,
limited
we'll
to
speak
my
about that.
friends.
100%. 100%.
Uh-huh.
I just want to touch on Arsenal again. Declan Rice is confirmed, but Michael says here Lavia will join. We wouldn't leave him, and Turan. We will talk about that as well.
Yeah.
Sultan, he's a Liverpool fan. He says here these Arsenal clowns can't use the City spend way more. Excuse me, right now, City is a better squad. Saeed MM7 is crazy, but that's a you lot problem. We move. Yeah, we will talk about that one. Absolutely, we will talk about that one. But yeah, like I said, Declan Rice as well, done deal as well. That came last night as well. 105 million. I don't know if you seen my video 4 years ago. I was on a United stand, yeah, and I said go and get him. And he was thinking he was about 18 at the time, 18, 19. 105 million. There's a lot of people that say he will flop at Arsenal, but I don't think he will, man. I think for me, he's got the maturity, he's got the know-how, he's got for me, the confidence and the humbleness as well to kind of be grounded and work hard. I don't know. What do you think? You know what I mean? Will he be a
Um,
just right now?
yeah, he's hear me out. I don't think he's a league winner. I don't think he's like that level. So if you want to mention Fabinho at his best, at his best, not Fabinho, not at his best, and
Yeah,
then you want to
yeah,
mention
as I say.
Casemiro, you want to mention Rodri, You want to mention Kimmich. If you want to mention these names, I think these names are in separate categories to Declan Rice, right? So as
Yes.
much as I don't want Arsenal fans to hear me out on I'm saying Declan Rice is shit, no. In fact, Declan Rice is world class for West Ham. Okay? He's world class
That's a good
for
point.
West Ham. And he's also
West Ham.
good for a top 4 competing team, I think. I think he's good. But you asked me the question, is he going to go and win them league titles? I'm not going to lie, Saeed. I struggle with that sentiment. And I think I'm going to need to see how it works, because I am envisioning a world right now where fan cams after fan cams, week after week, I can just envision Arsenal fans saying Declan Rice weren't quite good enough today. Does that make sense? Like, not that he was bad, not that he was shit, but just that he didn't quite play that part today.
I hear that. I hear that.
Do you,
I
do
hear
you
that.
know what I'm saying?
No, I hear that. There's going to be obviously
Like,
a reactionary.
I doubt they're doing the party thing. I doubt they're doing the party thing where they said Party's the best CDM and that's it. I don't think they're going to do that with Rice.
Party had a
I
bad
don't think they'll
first
be
year,
able
by the
to.
way. Party didn't have the greatest of first
That's right.
years. Yeah,
That's
yeah.
right.
I think for me though, he's built enough groundwork. For me, there's stage fright. I understand that there's a level where you get to a certain level and you can't show it. The price tag is a
Yeah.
price tag. I understand that, you know what I mean, fans. But if you're looking at it just based on the player, it's a very, very good signing. And I think he has the attributes for me to succeed. I just don't see how it could go wrong. I don't think he gets kind of almost caught up on the feeling of, when he plays a big game, he goes missing. I don't think he does. I just think for me, Arteta has built a kind of an environment where I think he'll succeed. I'm genuinely confident about Declan Rice succeeding at Arsenal because I think he's humble. He's got that leadership
Define
qualities.
success.
Define success. Obviously, if he's part of a winning team and he's a key element of that, like Casemiro this season has been a success for Man United. Okay, Carabao Cup, it's nothing. But in terms of what he's given us, he's been
No, he
the
improved, yeah.
linchpin
You're right.
of he improved you. If he comes into the Arsenal team, they win the Premier League, and he's he's a catapult basically of why they win it. Then for me, that's a success. That is a success. You would agree, right?
Okay. £100 million to make you better, is it something that should happen? But if it only makes you 5% better, that's where I sit there and think that's a bit of a concern. Um,
Is the end goal
and
winning the Premier League though? Is the end goal winning the Premier League? Would you say that?
of course, and I'm
So
glad
then
that we both
why
agree on
should the
that,
price tag matter then if he's a big reason why Arsenal win the league as well?
because he's their CTM for the next 5 years. It's not a case of.
No, no,
It's
I know
not a
100%.
case. Go on.
No, but I'm just saying for us to say, you know what, fair play. They bought him in, they won the league title. He was a part of a big success story for that. For that whole reason, just based on that, it's been a success for the short term. I'm just saying for the short term. Obviously, in the next 5-10 years, we can look at it in the next 5-10 years. But if he's a real reason why they win it, then Arteta had every right to kind of go for him and say, "Yo, listen, I went for him. I knew what I wanted." And fair play. That's just the way I kind of look at it. But if we
Fair
look at the
play.
next five,
Fair
10 years,
play.
obviously we can only control what we can control right now. And that is next
Yes.
season, you know?
Okay, then. And next season, Declan Rice gets them from second to first.
I think it's not just one person, but if he's a good reason why
But it's
they
not
get
just.
first.
But that's a crucial part. Think about if you got Casemiro any time earlier. Think about it. I'm just saying,
Yeah,
because you needed that CDM for years. It was years that you
yeah, yeah.
needed that CDM, and then you automatically went bump when you got a world class one. They are game changers. They are game changers. When we got Fabinho, it was a game changer. Nobody spoke about the game changer that Fabinho was
Yeah. See,
because
this
of
is what I
Virgil
mean.
van Dijk.
Maybe this
That
is where we're
Fabinho was
going.
just as important.
Yeah.
What?
See, this one here says here, Rice winning one title with us could feel bigger than City's treble. See, this is where I don't agree. Yeah, this is where we're going too much over the line. Ibby, just relax. You know what I mean? Just relax. I genuinely argue that thoughts when City win it is cool, anyways. For me, the treble is a treble, man. The treble is something that what I mean. You can't really, one title versus a treble. I think for me is a bit too much. But what do you think? Has he got a point there, or do you think he's?
I think he's trying to say that Declan Rice winning a title with Arsenal is a bigger achievement than City winning the treble. I think that's what he's
You
trying
think
to
so?
suggest. Maybe the
I don't know.
context
I
of the
think it.
situation go on.
No, but he's saying Rice winning one title with us, so he's talking about himself, would feel bigger than City's treble. That's what he's saying. Do you get
Exactly.
it?
Exactly. He's using the context of Arsenal,
No,
and
no.
I don't agree.
Yeah. I don't.
I don't
I
agree
don't
at
think
all.
anyone agrees in the comments. But again,
I
that's
think
his
he's on
opinion.
track.
Fair enough. Ibby, it's your opinion.
Thanks for the
I
super
mean,
chat.
thanks for the super chat. Yeah. Thanks for the super chat. But like I said, the treble is crazy. By the way, there's 1.5K in here. Wow, that's crazy. 20 minutes in.
Hey.
Bro, Hammers, man, you're the pole, man. I'm telling you, man. Hammers, when you get Hammers, you get big numbers. So big up to make sure you follow in James Redmond, people. He's live every night, 10 p.m. He's got uploads every day. Make sure you're following him. And any Liverpool fans here that don't know James Redmond, it's kind of crazy that you don't. But make sure you subscribe to him. Link is in the title and whatnot. But yeah,
Big up, guy.
Arsenal, fair enough. They've got Timber, they've got Rice. Is that them done? Do you reckon? If they keep Partey, I think for me that's them done. They probably need a striker, but I think they can manage, can't they? They got Balogun, they've got
Nah, they've got
Nketiah,
Eddie and Nketiah, they've got Gabriel Jesus. I
my
don't think
brother,
it's a proper. Jeez, my guy.
my guy. You know, expressions.
Yeah.
You're telling me.
By the way, how sick was that WWE clip the other day?
Yeah, man, bro. Expressions, yeah,
Bro,
man. That's what I'm saying. We're gonna have to see you behind the scenes. You know what I'm saying? You're there, bro. So I love, man.
did
We
you
love to see you winning,
see?
my bro. Come on, my guy.
Did you see when he went over to oh, what's that female WWE wrestler called? What's she
See,
called?
I'm not sure about it, but I know what you mean. I
Bianca.
see the video. Yeah,
Bro, Bianca, and he goes over. He goes, "I'm a feminist." He goes, "I'm a feminist." Oh, I cried, Saeed. I cried. Nah, big up to you,
Bro, I'm
Shea
telling you,
Hope.
man.
Oh,
Yeah, man. Come
yeah,
on, man. And then obviously the bit there, stand up if you hate Tottenham. That was for me crazy, man. Crazy, but
yeah, it was
only can
great.
happen when expression was there, man. But yeah, go on. Sorry.
That's fact, bro. Did you ask about Arsenal?
Yeah, just saying anything they need more. Anything else they need more. Is that them done? Is that them done then?
Yeah. I was going to say a striker they've sorted, haven't they? They've got Eddie and Nketiah, Gabriel Jesus. I think I can't see another £50 million signing coming through the door. That'd be crazy to me, to be honest. But yeah, anything
Yeah,
else? I
absolutely.
think it's just a bonus.
If they sell any players, then maybe yeah. You know what I mean? Any Arsenal fan, let us know if anything would happen. But yeah, I think maybe a striker. But then it depends on Balogun and then Nketiah whether they see themselves as someone that you kind of like, you know what I mean, would want.
Forgot
So
about
yeah, we'll
Balogun.
see on that one.
Forgot about Balogun. He's just had a good season
Balogun,
as well,
yeah,
hasn't he?
he's had a good
Yeah.
season, but I feel like he's getting a bit too, not too cocky, but he feels like he's him now. You know what I mean? And he's like saying, "Yo, like I could be number one here at this football club." You know what I'm saying? Like I don't
Need
know.
it.
I think he feels
You
like that.
need it.
Fair play, though. Fair play. Like people feel that energy. They feel like they're number one, and it's good to have that energy, man. You get me?
Bro, I'd rather that than a pussy old mentality where I'm just like, oh yeah, I'm fine with being second best. I'm fine with this. You know what I mean? If he ends up being
Facts.
shit, then at least we know. At least we know, my friend.
Facts.
At least we know, my friend.
Facts. 100%, man. 100%. But listen, people, we're gonna move over to the Mason Mount story. People, it's caused a bit of madness online. Mason Mount, first of all,
Jeez.
new Man United player. That's a first one. But he's the new number 7. Yes, number 7,
MM7,
bro.
blood. From
Bro, stop
CR7
that.
to MM7.
Get out of here, man. So I'm saying, man. I'm saying, like, man's trying to troll me on my channel. Are you dumb? Are you dumb? Stay where you are, mate. You employ Darwin Nunes, mate.
Hey,
There
you
you are.
limited my free speech, you pussy hole. You limited my free speech, you pussy
Free
hole. How
speech, get
dare
out of
you?
here, man.
You
You know
fucker.
what country
You
we're in?
limited my free speech, you
We
fucker.
don't live in a country
Right.
of free speech.
Listen, yeah, here's the score. Chat, did you see the way he limited my free speech there? Did you see this?
Yo,
This is
we
a
love doing
disgrace.
that, by the way. The
Oh,
channel know that.
furthermore, how does it feel that you spend 60 million on a Mo Farah from Portsmouth? Mo Farah from
Portsmouth.
Portsmouth.
We're talking
Because
about
he's
he's
from
from the
Portsmouth.
mighty Chelsea. He's from
Chelsea,
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 Chelsea, Chelsea.
Chelsea, 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 Chelsea,
No wonder he
Chelsea,
wanted to
Chelsea,
leave, by the way. They
proper
have one
Chelsea,
song.
mate.
They have one song.
Proper
No wonder he
Chelsea.
wanted to leave that dead stadium, man. You know what I
Bro,
mean? With a shed end
he was
and all
born
that
in
car
Portsmouth.
park behind the stadium.
Bro, he's
Yeah.
born in Portsmouth. So that's why I'm saying he's the Mo Farah from Portsmouth. He's got legs.
All right, listen, man. Can you not use someone else, man? Mo Farah's an Olympic gold medalist, man. You get me, like, use someone else, man. But no, I hear you. Though. I hear you. Number 7, banter all sides. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie to you. It's wild for me to give a player of that quality the number 7. For me, first of all, here's number 1. For me, a 7 goes to a winger. You don't go to a midfielder for me. That's one thing as well. Just
Yeah.
going by for me, the traditions of the kind of the past before, and just in general, I want my number 7 to be a winger. And B, to give him that shirt straight away, it loses the meaning behind it. And people can say, "Oh, Di Maria, Depay, you gave it to them." No, but two things don't make a right. You know what I mean? Two wrongs don't make a right. The Man United have made mistakes before, and they're making a mistake right now. Again, time is a good healer, innit? Time will forget about it, but for now, there's an outrage in it, and people are not happy, James. So, banner aside, is it
Yeah.
a mad thing though that they've given it him though?
Can I say one thing
I
to
think
you
you're
and the
on
Man
mute.
United
Yeah, go on.
faithful? Just one thing. Stop being pussyholes. In my opinion, just in my opinion, right?
Go
It's
on.
a shame.
Why? Explain.
It's
Explain.
right. Okay. So to explain a bit further, the number 7 shirt. It's a shirt. So you wear it, right? So it does not translate to good performances, bad performances, and if a frigging number on the back of your back suggests that you can not compete at a high level because it's too strong for you, go to the gym or fuck off. It's one of those two things. One of those two things. Make sure you increase the mentality. Now, that's what I question about Mason Mount, because when it went a little bit south at Chelsea, those good performances dropped to meaty performances. And then if I look at him at United, if things go wrong with that size of a fan base, I am not too sure that's going to go well, especially when I'll also extend that this is probably Mason Mount's last chance at a top 6 Premier League club. I do believe that. I don't think he's one of those who just keep going and going and going like this. I think he needs to maximise this opportunity and then we'll see how it goes. But I just think there was a lot better options out there for you. I know we was linked as well. I don't think our interest was anywhere near as
No, no,
significant.
no. We definitely wanted. Ten Hag definitely wanted Mason Mount, and apparently he offered the number 7 shirt as a pull to bring him in. So it's almost showing the intent from him to say, "Trust me, I'll value you. I want you." And that is a for you. If you're a Mason Mount, you're thinking, "Wow, they want to give me the number 7 shirt straight away." And also, they value me. They want me. Chelsea don't want me. Chelsea don't value me. You've got the polar opposites on both sides. And, he's hit the prize draw. He's hit the prize money. Let's hope he performs. For me, I had an initial outrage. I'm not going to lie to you. But,
Yes.
like I said to you, all of a sudden now, everyone's underwhelmed by the signing because it's all of a sudden it's a shirt. I'm underwhelmed the fact that we signed him. I mean, and I'm willing to give it a go, but my idea is so kind of like I'm underwhelmed by the signing. I'm not really underwhelmed by the 7 shirt. I'm just kind of like, all right, then you're giving him the 7 shirt already. It's supposed
That's
to have
fair.
some meaning. Everything's become acceptance now for Man United because that's what they do. That's what they do, and that's what happens. So it is what it
I
is.
am
Big up to
confused
Mighty
on it.
Slimsy. Go on, go
Shout
on.
out. Do you know what I was going to say briefly? I was just going to say, I just don't know how the Bruno and Mount thing works. I don't know how it works yet. I need to wait and see. I do need to wait and see to see how
But
that,
what happens
if
is
that
though,
can
you got the
fully
football
maximise.
tacticos that will tell you progressive eights. You've got the two centre backs that drift in, and they do something
Yeah,
like that. So the football
maybe.
tacticos have let me know that it's gonna work. So I'm gonna come back to the football tacticos, yeah. In when should I come back to them? October, November, and I'm gonna
Yeah.
come back and I'm gonna say, so what's happened here then? Why have we lost 3-0 away from home, and why have we been bossing the midfield? I'm gonna come back to the same people. I'm gonna explain what
Oh,
they meant, and they're gonna say, "Well, I'm not the manager." Well, I'm telling you
I'm
what I've
not the
seen and what Man
manager.
United are struggling with is keep hold of the ball, and you're telling me about running eights and pressing. I get it, but at the same time, it's okay for me to say we need other options in midfield. We need to have a baseline where we can actually keep
That's
the
right.
ball and protect it and make sure we're not overloaded as well. That's where I have my issues. But all of a sudden, trust the manager. Trust the manager. It's not about that. I'm backing the manager wholeheartedly. But what I'm trying to say to you, I have concerns. And that's all it is. That's all it is.
That's right.
So
That's right.
it's what it is, man. Big up Mighty Slims. He said, big up Saeed. I'm with you. I'm with Cuz who used to play footy with your bro Lampard. Big up to you. He says salam to him. Big up, brother. Yeah, man. Big up to you, my guy. I appreciate it, bro. Appreciate it, my guy, man. We'll catch up soon, man. Um, Fact, Saeed, we can't keep the ball. Yeah, again, like I said to you, we can't keep the ball. But like I said to you, I just think for me, Ten Hag's got a plan. Let's see what it's about. I'm backing the manager, and we'll go from there. That's what you do as a fan. You have the initial outrage. This is what people don't forget about being a fan is it's emotional. You have the initial outrage, then it's okay, let's see what's going on. Then it's acceptance, and then you back it. That's what happens. You have a disagreement, but you then back it because then the day you're going to be at the game anyway. You're not going to be saying, "Oh, Ten Hag, what you're doing, I don't agree with that." You're going to back it, see where it goes on, and later on talk about why it didn't go wrong and
How
why it maybe went right. You know, simple.
why? How come? If I may ask, when is that cut-off
Yeah,
point of okay, this still isn't going well, the transfers aren't good enough, it's not progressing quick enough for me? At when do you get to that point if the trajectory continues to be like, you know what I mean,
yeah.
like a little bit steady? How long can you deal with that for?
What do you mean trajectory? As in, how long can I do what for?
So what I'm saying, obviously, you improved, didn't you? You got better as you came in, and you got the
Yeah.
League Cup, and you were competing high up in the league and whatnot.
Mhm.
But if this season, if you're competing for top four or these areas, how long until, like, if you're not competing for the league, for instance, and let's say you do bad in
Mm.
competitions, how much longer does ETH get in the job?
I think for me, it's about the manner in it. Firstly, for me, if you think Man United are going to win the league next year, I don't think United are going to win the league next year. I think it's a struggle to make top four right now. If I'm being honest with you, just going by what I
Wow.
see other rivals doing. But for me, I want to see improvements in terms of away from home against the top nine. It was a disgrace for me. It was an absolute appalling behaviour. At home, we were very consistent. I think we're a cup team, if I'm being honest with you. I think we're a cup team. But I want to see improvements in certain aspects of our game in terms of how we can control the ball, how we can now evolve in our play now, not just only sitting back and hit them on a counter. There's certain things. I think for me, numerical value is a bit kind of like you finish second, you finish third. It's about the manner as well. I think for me as well.
That's
But
right.
for me, he has next season as well. But I think he also has a season after, I think, for me personally, because I don't think he's got what he's wanted fully yet. I think there's certain areas that he wants. A striker for me. We'll find out what happens with the keeper as well. If he's got his full 11 out there and he's still not producing, then there's a whole conversation that needs to happen. But for me, like what I've mentioned there, better football, better away from home as well, especially against the top nine. Certain areas in our style of play that needs to be kind of just open a little bit, and then we can go from there. If you know what I mean?
Fair dues, sir. Fair dues. I can
Yeah,
appreciate that.
absolutely. But where do you think like Man United are going to finish?
I don't know. I can't even get a
If
gauge.
you're looking at what we're doing right now, where do you think Man United are going to finish?
I don't care about what you're doing. I think what you're asking, do Man United get better? I don't think they've got
Yes.
better. I don't think they've got better. So they could finish higher, but like
No,
you
they have
said,
got
someone.
better. They have got better. They have got better because we finished sixth last season and we
No,
finished
no, no, no,
third.
no. I don't mean from Ragnick to now. I'm saying from when Ten Hag finished last season to right now. I'm saying Mason Mount, I don't think is going to significantly improve the
Oh
squad.
yeah. No, I agree with that. I agree with that. That I
That's all
agree
I
with.
meant to say.
100%. 100%.
Um,
I agree with that one.
I feel like the only way you could do before that was improve. So to get to this summer, I think there was a good opportunity there to make people believe, or even yourself, that we're going to go from what was third to first, or at least compete for first. As I believe you're not going to do that, and you've said it. You know, you want to give the manager time, which I think is sensible. That's fine. I don't think I'm because last season I think a big part of your success league wise was because we were crap, Chelsea were crap, and there was teams who underperformed. And even Arsenal and City was nowhere near the standards of our title races, for instance. So
Mm.
when Ole Gunnar Solskjaer finished second, I would actually argue that that was a better achievement to some degree because there was better competition within the league. Like in the
Nah,
league,
no,
in
no,
the
no,
league,
no, no.
in the league, in the league, in the league, in the league. Plus,
I can
that
stop you by there by saying he won a trophy. I can stop you there,
course,
and
yeah.
your whole argument's finished. So how about you
Fine,
just shush
go.
now?
Fine,
Yeah,
go.
shush.
What trophy? League Cup against Newcastle, against Carriers. Come on. Come
It
on.
doesn't change the
Come
argument
on.
though. What?
Sam, then does my
It don't
community
change the
shield
argument
against
though.
City
I
count?
am fact. Right
Wait.
now I'm speaking fact. Go on.
Does my League Cup against Manchester City count? Sorry,
Of course, it's a trophy.
does my community shield against Manchester City count?
Again, Community Shield and Carabao Cup's not the same. So why you your point again is invalid.
Wait there, one sec. So my trophy doesn't
Okay.
count, yours does, even though yours was shit as well.
Again, the trophy value of a Community Shield versus the Carabao Cup. That's
Why?
when you lost your argument. No, you've lost your
Why?
argument right there.
Why? How do
Because
you
the
play in the
Carabao Cup
community shield?
is a trophy. It's a trophy. The Community Shield is basically a charity match. It's a charity match. Yes or no?
Can I raise my hand?
Here you go.
What's a bigger trophy, League Cup or FA Cup?
FA Cup.
And what's the result of winning the FA Cup, which you couldn't do?
So what's the result of winning the FA Cup? Obviously, Man City then didn't win the treble. Yeah. What's your point? What's your point?
Don't scoot it. You know what the result is. You play in the Community Shield, correct?
What's your point? All you said
you play
FA
in the
Cup
Community
is
Shield.
bigger than the Carabao Cup. I agree with you. What's your point?
The point is that if we're crediting trophies like that, because I raised the question that Ollie had a better season the season that he finished second than the season you guys had last year, which I think is fine.
That is absolutely false. It is absolutely garbage what you just said now.
Because it's similar reasons to why
because one team's won a trophy
stop getting emotional.
And the other one hasn't. So where are you going?
Stop getting emotional and let's have some proper discourse, okay?
Go on.
I'm simply suggesting that when Ole Gunnar Solskjaer got second, you finished third last year. You was the one who raised the semantics and the specifics that, we could finish fourth, but if performance-wise we're still similar, then we've got to give Ten Hag time. Now, then you raised, but Ten Hag got a trophy. Oh, but James Ten Hag got a trophy. Now, I raised the legitimacy of said trophy, right? Right? Because context matters. Are we saying that? Are we both agreeing that context matters? Context matters?
Mine is very, very contextual, by the way. Very, very much contextual.
So then that means you're a gentleman who would align with the thought that context matters, okay? If you've got contextual point of views, then you would say context matters, correct?
Yes.
There we go. Oh, look at us getting somewhere. Last point.
Okay.
If Chelsea and Liverpool get better and you get fourth or fifth, that's a big shame and also decreases the chances of you competing in cup competitions if other teams are better.
Can we go back to the original point? We have to slow down. Yeah? Can we get back to the point?
If you can't keep up, it's fine. Don't get in the race.
No, I can't keep up, but I'm trying to say to you is we have to go back to the overriding issue. Is that the Community Shield and the Carabao Cup are not similar. A, that's one thing I want to talk about. B, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer did not have a better season than Ten Hag because Ten Hag won a trophy and Ole Gunnar Solskjaer didn't. That's exactly my point. But again, what context is there though? Because for me, that's my okay. This is my context. Okay. Let's do this.
I'm not gonna lie, chat. I think you and your chat might have just missed the geniusness in which is just no. You might have just missed it, and it's fine. Darwin Núñez does it as well.
Okay. My context versus your context. Yeah, let's do that one. My context is Ten Hag had a better season than Ole Gunnar Solskjaer because he won a trophy. And Ole Gunnar Solskjaer didn't. That's my context. I'm going to leave it as that one. And your one, to wrap it up, what's your context so that people can understand? And I'm done me.
That the trophy weren't even that good. And if Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's team had that run, then he could have probably won a trophy. So based on quality for quality, it's not that big of a deal. You're making it out like as if it's some significant honour.
Okay. That is it. And you know what? When the comments, the video finishes, I want people to debate in the comments, like grown adults and grown people, and say who had the more valid argument, and we'll see who has the upper hand. Zayn Mias is saying here with Timber Rice joining Arteta Revolution, I don't see United getting goals at Emirates this season unless you are relying on Mount. I mean, one person's not going to score all the goals. So yeah, listen, it is what it is. Better signing Rice for 100 million or Mount for 60 million. I'd say for me, Mount, for what again, it just depends on what the team offers, innit? You know what I mean?
If you're going off what the team needed, I think Rice to Arsenal is better.
Rice, exactly. Yeah. 100%. I don't think we need Mount. That's just my own opinion. I don't think we need Mount. That's just my own opinion. But again, like I said to you, Mount, will it happen? The 7 shirt, let me know in the comments below if you agree with it. If not, don't agree with it. It is what it is. I'm just going to check the like ratio because I feel like for me, 1.6k in here. And if the likes are not on at least, how much do you reckon we should be on right now, likes wise?
Right now? After
Yeah, we're on
Saeed just
500.
we're on 500. After the debate like that, guys, we need to be getting that up. How many people's in the stream?
1.6K.
Oh, come on. Right, what I want to see, next 20 minutes, I want to see that rise up in the hundreds. In the hundreds. I want to see that going up, chat. So make sure right now we get those likes. I might even show you me greasy banner if you just want. If we get it to a
Yeah,
certain
man,
like count,
100%. Get
seconds
the
it gets
fresh
to
trim out, man.
750 or something like that,
Yeah.
we'll take it off.
Definitely, definitely, man. But yeah, let's talk about Liverpool, man. There's some situation going on where Lavia might not be happening. Um, it's
Okay.
come out today from James Pearce. And Lavia is admired by Liverpool, but I think Sam they are not currently pursuing the Belgium. They do not believe they have a gap to fill currently, and they feel 50 million is too high. Apparently,
Yes.
James Pearce is like our Simon Stone. He's a bit the negative guy, negative Nancy. So he's your Simon Stone. We have a Simon Stone that is very, very negative. When any news happens, yeah, he's always negative. I'm guessing James Pearce is that guy for you guys. But Lavia, what do you think, man? What's going on there,
Do
man?
you know, to go off that, I think there's probably something to it, because here's what I know to break it down for you in the chat. So we are in contacts with Lavia. We have the belief that if we were to give the right offer to Southampton, we'd be able to talk to the player even further and he be engaging in that conversation. So the player side of things is probably one of the easier things to deal with, but then the complications rise when not only is it a 50 million price tag, but then you also have the money that you would need to pay the agent. Now, a little bit of context behind his current agent. Lavia's agent is the same agent as Saka. And as we know, Arsenal are also linked with Lavia. So, as we know, if you sign a certain player, the agent also gets a fee. And Saka is one of Arsenal's big players. So he would have agreed terms with Arsenal before and spoke to them before. Therefore, he's got that
Yeah,
relationship. And then I raise, if he can get more money out of Arsenal opposed to Liverpool or Chelsea, as an agent, then he's going to go and
mm,
send his player there because it happens all the time. It happens all the time where
mm,
players, the direction of a player's career is solely judged on the agent's decision making. You know, even if you watch like
facts.
Sunderland Till I Die, there was that Madja or whoever played
Yeah,
for
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Sunderland.
yeah. That's
His
a quality
agent,
series, by the way.
bro, his agent ended up taking him to the second division of France. You know what I mean? Just
I
because it
know, I
was
know, I
more
know, I
dough.
know.
It was more dough.
Where is he right now? Where is he right now? Is
He's
he at
actually,
Bordeaux? I think.
yeah. That's where he went to back then. He scored 16 goals last season, the one just gone, and he's linked back.
Oh,
He's linked back to the to England now because he's now a free agent, I believe.
wow, that's
So there's
crazy,
like
man.
teams in the
That's
championship
crazy.
looking at him. There's teams in the championship looking
Wow,
at him right now. Yeah,
fair
but that's an
play, fair
example
play.
where it depends on the context of the agent, and then like you say, we're not willing to pay 50 million. So I'm not surprised if I think as long as that deal is 50 million, we don't get Lavia. I'd like him, but
Mm.
I don't think we'll get him for that price.
Yeah, it's one of them, man. I think Arsenal, even Arsenal at this minute, unless they sell Partey, I don't think they're gonna get Lavia.
Mm.
Lavia might be one of them where, like, I don't understand how Southampton have got the balls in their court when they've just been relegated, and you know what I mean. Like, I don't know. I think for me, yes, they should demand a fee, a decent, respectable fee, but 50 million is a lot though for Lavia though at 19. Like some of these clubs, they need to reevaluate what their asking prices are, man. I think that's a bit too steep. But the game's a game, innit? I don't know, man. Who needs him more though? I think Liverpool though. He's a good player. I think Lavia's a good player, but would he be a starter though? That's the key question. And if he isn't a starter, then would you not rather go get someone like Amrabat, we're getting right now, who would be a starter? You don't rate Amrabat. You don't rate him.
Not like that.
Not
Good
like
player,
that. See, I think
not
for
like
me,
that.
he's better than Fabinho.
Um, my nan, God rest
Yeah,
her soul.
I just had to put that one in there. I don't know why I said that because it's easy to be better than Fabinho.
My
But
nan,
but
God rest her soul, can probably put in more of a shift than Fabinho in
but
her
get
current
Amrabat
circumstances.
now. Get Amrabat now, let him develop one more season at Southampton, and then get him next season Lavia. I think that would be an interesting development. But apparently, you need homegrown players. Is that what it is? Russell saying it here. You need homegrown players.
No, I'm
Is that
sick of this bullshit. We do, but that's the club's fault. And people are going to go, oh, James is anti-FSG again. No, tell me how it makes sense in the name of sweet Nancy Francis to go and sign Adrian on another year contract. We've just been signing 1 year.
yeah?
Adrian, why are you wasting your homegrown spots on your backup goalkeepers? Use them as your homegrown. Why is Kelleher, who's Irish, who isn't homegrown, and Adrian, who's Spanish and isn't homegrown? If we're so asked about fucking homegrown, why are we asked about them? I'll
Mm.
tell you why. It's because we're not looking to buy many more players. That's why. So when people sit there and go, oh, wow, we're going to get 2 more midfielders, you're going off zero substance. Zero. And because we've had 2 signings, you're thinking that we're going to go and get loads and loads more. It's confusing to me, Saeed. I don't get my fan base, and I certainly don't get the way this club works sometimes. But yeah,
Nah, I
like
like it because yesterday, when you were in the chat and you were talking about like Salah and whatnot, the chat was going off. So, nah, I think it's interesting the situation there. Kelleher's homegrown, I think. So why do you need? I don't know. I don't understand it. It's baffling. But like I said to you, for me, get someone like Amrabat, and I don't know why I'm saying this because I want Amrabat. I'm just saying as an option because Lavia, if it does come to you, he's not going to be a starter. I don't think so. It's going to be a big step up for him to be that starter in that middle of the park alongside, let's say, McAllister and Shabozlai. You know what I mean? So, or you could just, you know what I mean? It depends on what you want, really.
I'm not going
You
to
know what I
lie, I'm
mean?
gassed
You
about
have
some.
got a lot of midfielders, though. You have got a
What?
lot of midfielders, though. You have got a lot of midfielders, though. When you look at Betetic, uh, Curtis Jones, Elliott, Fabinho, Henderson, Shabozlai, McAllister, Thiago. Oh yeah, Thiago. What's going on with him?
He's going to be staying for another season. He's going to stay, and then his contract's probably going to go out, and we'll let him go for free,
Oh, see,
which I'm fine
see,
with.
see. He rejected Saudi Arabia, by the way. And fair play to him. He doesn't want the money. He wants to stay 1 more year. Again, his legs are really gone, though. Let's be honest. Like, he's not the Thiago of old. Let's be honest.
Massively disagree. Massively
You think
disagree.
so?
Massively. Massively. Here's the thing.
What? Yeah.
Go on.
Mm.
Oh, I was just going to say, sorry, it's caught you mid-sip there. Now, the thing with Thiago, good player, good quality, adds to the squad. And anyone who says he's finished, well, off that same premise, you must be saying that anyone who has one bad year is finished because just north of 12 months ago, he was one of our best players in the quadruple chasing season. So if you're going to say he's finished, then so is Virg. And if you're going to say he's finished, then so is Fabinho, so is Trent, so is Robbo, so
Since
is
that,
all these
though,
players.
since the quadruple, you know, how many injuries they had?
He was injured for a lot of last season.
Mm. I think that's where people have said he's deteriorating. His body is deteriorating now. When you deep it though, he's
So was
not the
Virg,
same player
so was
for.
Matip, so was all these
But
other.
again, that's what I'm saying to you. That's why for me, you have to move them on. I think Virgil next season, I don't think will be the number one centre back at Liverpool.
Yeah.
I think for me, it will be Konate and another centre back. I think Virgil will have to take a back step for me
Yeah.
in terms of that playing every game, being the main guy. I think for me, one more season, and I do think he will get found out a little bit. That's why I think for me,
He
I don't know why
already
Liverpool
is.
are not going for this. Where you go is where you go. You've actually said it, you know. That's why I'm like, why are you
Um,
not getting a centre back? You don't really need a midfielder. You need a midfielder.
no, we do.
Centre
We
backs are
do.
crucial,
No, Saeed, we need a
but you won't
midfielder
get
more
two
than a
though. You
centre
won't
back.
get two though. You won't get two though, will you? Will you get two though? That's the problem. It's like
2
Man
more?
United now. We're having to top two more
No.
signings.
No.
But that's what I'm saying
No.
to you.
We're
So
getting one more.
who would you prioritize then? Who would you prioritize?
A centre midfielder or a centre back.
Centre back, yeah.
Right now, I'd edge your centre back for sure.
But that's what I'm saying. You know what I
No
mean?
fair.
And that's why I'm like,
Here's the score, Saeed, right? We
yeah.
did this to ourselves. So everyone complaining about, oh, Thiago might need to go now and Virgil might need to go now. Guess what? You're nuts. This is the problem. These are the same players like Thiago and whatnot that you'll get no value for, even if you let him go from today. Matip, he's going to be out of contract in a year's time. We've just let go of 4 players for free. Apparently, we're sell to buy. Do you see my issue? It's one of those things. So then, if we don't care about a supposed sell to buy model, which must be bollocks, it must be bollocks. It's got to be based on recent evidence. You know what I mean? Then that means letting go those players means we have to get in new replacements. Who we're going to replace them with? So then I sit there and think, do you know what? It would be more beneficial having Thiago as a 5th option, opposed to him starting because he won't start every game. It'll be Fabinho,
Yep.
Szoboszlai, and McAllister. That'll be the new midfield, and Thiago can get in sometimes. and other players can get in sometimes. But Henderson's done. And people fume at me about Henderson. I just don't get this now, chat. It's just like people are using the same arguments I was when Henderson was at his peak. So when Henderson was playing at his best, we always played better with Henderson. It ain't even a question. People are still using that argument now. It's like we play crap with or without Henderson now. And it's not even a question. Yeah. The quality is not there in the overall squad, Saeed. So, in my opinion, you know, if you're letting Thiago go first, then where's the tour for Henderson? And where's the tour for Fabinho? Because Thiago's, yeah, if you want to agree with the notion Thiago's finished, that's fine. But then you also have to say they are way more finished than him. And then why are you keeping them over him? And then people will say leadership. If we haven't built enough leaders in the dressing room,
so you think
then that's
Van Dijk is more way finished than Thiago? Or Fabinho. Let's just Fabinho's on the side. He's finished, yeah. But Henderson. Do you think Van Dijk's more finished than Thiago? Because I think for me, Thiago has got what it takes to do things on a given day, but over the course of the season is more injury prone than Van Dijk.
Yes. Okay, here's the way I'll put it. At the moment, based on last season, is Virgil still one of the best centre-backs in the world? My opinion, no. Not on that form. Not even close.
No.
And then Thiago, is he still one of the best centre midfielders in the world? Yes. No, and by the way, it's not even a question.
Say that again. See, I think I massively disagree with that. I don't think he is.
So he's not one of the best midfielders in the world?
No, I don't think so, man. I think he's in terms of what he can give you. I think he has elements of the best midfielder, but I don't think he's one of the best midfielders in the world right now. 2 or 3 years ago, 3 or 4 years ago, yes. Right now, no. If I'm being honest with you,
agree to disagree. He's better than all your.
I do.
Like, if you think about your out and out centre midfielders, he's better than all your midfielders. You know what I mean?
He's better than. But again, I'm not going to say Casemiro.
Casemiro's a number 6 first and foremost.
Number 6,
and yes, there's loads of things Thiago's better than
I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not really gonna. If you're looking at Fred, McTominay, I'm not gonna disagree with you. If I'm being honest with you, with them lot, because again, Thiago, quality wise, I take them over them too, even with one leg. But
yeah.
Again, who would you? You know what I mean? Again, it just depends on, for me, like for me, Caicedo for me right now is better than Thiago.
He's played better in the past 12 months, but he's certainly not an all-round better midfielder. Because off that same logic, I can sit there and say that Balogun is better.
Yeah, but you're gonna always say it has a qualities. But I'm just saying right now. Okay, let me ask you a question then. This is a big question for you right now.
I'm trying to keep up because your chat's confusing me now as well. Because you
forget the chat. Forget it. The chat's gonna always have their opinion. That's what the chat are here for, right? If I said to you right now, Caicedo or Thiago, who are you having?
Caicedo or Thiago? Caicedo.
Right. Fair play.
What point?
I thought we were going to lose you then. I thought I was going to lose you then. But you know what? You're still here. James Redmond is still alive.
What
and
point
people in the comments. No, because I thought for me, you were going to back Thiago to the heaven and hill and be so kind of, I don't know,
do you understand how minimally you've just achieved by asking that question? No, you didn't achieve much out of getting that answer. The only reason why
you know why? No, but you know why I did that? Because I felt like you were going to go so much in your firm belief that Thiago is that guy. You get what I mean?
Is Thiago on his best day better than Caicedo?
We can do that all day, though. We can do that all day, though, man. I don't think that's relevant to the question. The question.
But what is relevant? What is relevant to the question is Caicedo is a one for the future, and we need a new 6.
I think he's here for now.
Caicedo is what?
Caicedo is a hybrid. It's a hybrid of an 8 and a 6. I think he can do both.
Play him exactly. So we can play him in a role where we've got finished Henderson and finished Fabinho. Correct?
Yeah.
So therefore, yes, I'd like Caicedo because he's young, he's long term, and he fills a position that we really needed to fill in. It's no relation to Thiago because yes, it'd still be amazing to get Caicedo and then play Thiago.
I hear you. But the question was, that's why I tested you. I said, if I was to give you right now Caicedo or you keep Thiago, you said I bring in Caicedo, and that's all.
Because he's younger.
Because he's younger, and for me, he's an upgrade. You know what I mean? He's an upgrade.
He's
He
not
is.
he's not the upgrade on Thiago. That's like me saying I'm going to get a new fridge to replace my couch.
Mm, I get what you mean, but you feel like, right, cool, we're good now.
He is not the Thiago
Tiago's
replacement,
gone.
Saeed.
No. I'm
McAllister's
not saying that. Maybe I've worded it a bit wrongly there. But if you lost Thiago and I gave you Caicedo, you're not going to lose any sleep, are you? You know what I mean? Because you've got Caicedo that's coming to the football
It
club.
still doesn't take away that Thiago can really add to our squad this season, though, and that he is still on his day one of the best
I
midfielders
beg
in
to
the
differ.
world.
I beg to
And
differ.
if
I
he's
think
still
for
one of
me,
the best midfielders in the world, and he's only got a year left on his contract anyway, and we're not going to get money anyway, give me one productive reason why it's good to let him go now when we won't get any money.
I think that premise, I hear you, because I think for me, you haven't got that quality player in Thiago, what he offers. But next year, definitely you have to move him on. Or I would just go and get an upgrade and then move on Caicedo. But then to be honest with you, you've got that many midfielders right now. I don't know how many of them are going to play anyway, to be honest with you. Like
Half
all
of
of
them
them,
are shit.
how many of them?
Like, I'm just
Yeah.
saying, half of them are crap. But we've got like shout out, but some of these names are probably.
I think
Yeah,
Curtis
I'm not
Jones is
even telling
decent.
you. I'm not even going to tell you. I think these are crap, right? Do you know, to all the Darwin Núñez super fans who say I'm horrible because I constructively criticise Núñez, they're the same fuckers who are going to go out
Why is
there
he
and
getting
constructively
strange?
criticise. No, wait, they're the same. No, because there's a point. They're the same fucks who will go and send strays to Curtis Jones, to Harvey Elliott, to Fabinho, to Henderson, to all these. So if
Okay,
you want to
I
say
get
that
it, yeah.
I'm wrong, if you want to say that I'm wrong for constructively criticising players, well, so are you. And off of your premise, half of our midfield aren't good enough. I know you won't want Morton starting week in, week out. Do you know who Morton is, Saeed?
Yeah, you know what? He's the one that had a bad game against Tottenham, innit? That didn't really have a good game against
There we
Tottenham,
go.
did he?
Funny the way that's the way you remember him as well, in it, Saeed. So you've got Morton,
Yeah.
then you've got Bajcetic, who I think has a future. Then you've got Harvey Elliott, Curtis. Those two apparently aren't good enough according to the fan base. Fabinho isn't good enough according to the fan base. Henderson's good enough according to the fan base because he's captain Henderson and he can never leave. So all these things in one. Thiago's not good enough. So you understand the inconsistencies of what logic we're using here. We're saying, fine, we'll keep Henderson for leadership, but no, we need to let go of Thiago. We don't want to give young Curtis Jones a chance because he's not good enough. We don't want to give Harvey Elliott a chance because he's not good enough. Oh, but Núñez is fine because he speaks Spanish. So I'm trying to get you to assess our logic here. Okay. So even though we have a lot of midfielders, some of them, according to our fan base, are not good enough. So the second we get outside of Szoboszlai and McAllister, we're fucked. Right? We're fucked. So we're not going to be competing like the way a lot of these people think we're going to be competing. And that's where the problems come in for me. It's just inconsistent, incoherent bullshit.
No, I hear you. Absolutely. Absolutely. Guys, there's 1.6K in it. I think this show deserves 1,000 likes. I'm not even going to go
Come
and say it's 500
on.
likes. This
Let's hear it,
show,
guys.
it's on 757 likes. If we could get 1K likes, yeah, honestly, you know what I mean? It'll mean the world to us, man. We've had an amazing show. We've talked about Carabao Cups and Community
Nah,
Shields. We've talked
Saeed,
about
can you get Somali's comment up? Can you get Somali's comment up there quick if you mate underneath yours?
Somali Flame. Yeah.
Yeah. Bro, Saeed, how long have I been preparing for this period at Liverpool? Haven't I been preparing for this for time?
Yeah, to be fair, you have to be fair.
I've been
Yeah.
saying this, and it's like people think I'm just starting to realize it now. No, I've been telling you. I've been telling people about these situations and these times ahead. So, just to briefly before we end as well, because I know you'll need to go soon. Szoboszlai,
Yeah.
I'm so excited for Szoboszlai, and I believe he's actually going to be a sick baller. He's going to be an elite baller, in my opinion. I think he's one of those players. The only thing is, if he's not available, then I start getting shaky on the midfield again. So just to round up, we need one more. Whoever it is, I don't care. Just get someone that you believe suits the profile and get those numbers in, mate. You know what I mean? But big up to the chat. Big up to the chat as always.
Yeah, quick one before I round up. Apparently, Sadio Mane is going to leave Bayern. Would you, at any circumstances, bring him back to Liverpool? At any
Not a chance.
circumstance, or do you think
Not a chance.
no?
No.
Even if it's Sadio Mane, is the best footballer in the world. Even in that moment, just have that moment again.
I'm still waiting for the paycheck for that because I still consider that I significantly increased, the trajectory of his career. I feel like I put him in that conversation, Saeed. Yeah. Did you know? Do you want to know a fun fact? Before that video, he had won 0 trophies. After and since that video was posted, he only went and won everything in England, my friend.
There you go, mate. James Redmond effect. And on that bombshell, we're going to wrap up the show. Big up to Boohoo Man for sponsoring the video. Check out the barcode or the QR code that's next to James Redmond there. Go and get yourself 10% off, extra 10% off. Use the code Saeed or go to the link in the description below to check it out. We're back later on, Man Them Talk. We're going to be talking about Mason Mount and whether he deserved to get that number 7 shirt. Obviously, United show, so we're going to be discussing that in real detail. James, let them know what you're doing. Big up the Redmond Army. Big up to everybody here. 1.6K. We're here every Wednesdays, 1 p.m. people. Come and find us every Wednesday, 1 p.m. James, take it away.
JRTV, James Redmond TV on the YouTube. Multiple shows every single day. Coming to your screens. Be sure to subscribe and smash a like before we go on the way out. You absolute freeloaders, fam. Pay the rent.
Come on, people. Get it to 1,000 likes. Can you do it? Sure you can.